This might be the dumbest idea I've ever had, but I've never legitimately beaten Minecraft in my life, so I decided to do it in hardcore at 10 times speed. Starting with my first attempt, I spawned in a birch forest, which is not a bad start. I made my first set of stone tools, and by then the sun had already set. This is a massive issue, since I literally can't survive for more than 5 seconds above ground at night. I had to look for a place to hide, and digging underground wouldn't be fast enough, as you'll see in a couple of seconds. The next day I went out to explore, but didn't have much time to do anything before the daylight had come to an end. And so did my life. In Minecraft, of course. Just see how fast that zombie killed me. I wasn't even playing badly, that's just how unforgiving this challenge is. Attempt 2 went about the same at the beginning. I got my wooden tools and hid underground for the whole night. The next day I tried to kill some sheep for wool to make a bed and skip the night, as it would be crucial to make any progress even possible. This attempt taught me that it wasn't going to be about skill alone, it was going to be about planning every single minute. The next attempt was promising, since I spawned in a village that would provide me with everything I need for the early stage of the game. I made my stone tools and gathered more materials. Then, as any respectable Minecraft player, I went up 3 blocks high to kill the iron golem. This is where I realized this challenge is gonna be a lot harder than I thought it would be. For the next probably 40 attempts, I would die so quickly it was genuinely impossible for me to react. Death after death after death. Every death brought me one step closer to completely giving up. I felt like I was never gonna achieve this challenge. I decided to give it one last try. It was my 46th attempt. But before we get into this attempt, let me first address this little issue. You might have noticed my username is different in some of the death scenes. In this quick death compilation, my hard drive was getting full because of the number of videos I recorded attempting this challenge. So I had to delete most of the attempts where I died before making any real progress. But I really wanted to make a quick, cool montage of all the deaths in my actual attempts. So these were just recreations of the actual attempts that I still remembered but no longer had the footage of. Alright, attempt 46. I was lucky enough to find a village in the first minute. I found a blacksmith, which had unbelievably lucky loot. I thought to myself, this must be it. For the first time in this challenge, I actually believed I had a chance. I looted chests and killed some animals. I found some berry bushes, which for some reason I thought it would be a good food source. Until this happened. I almost lost the best run of this challenge, which had barely even started, to berry bushes. I mined iron from mountaintops, smelted it, and made a full set of iron armor. It wouldn't be that helpful, but without it, I'd still get one shot. Then I started working on an iron farm. I didn't know how to get the zombie for the farm, so I waited in the middle of the farm to lure a zombie into a boat. So I came up with a better plan. I built a platform above the farm to lure the zombie, so I wouldn't, die while trying, and luckily it worked. Well, this was a close call again. Thankfully, the farm worked perfectly. I found a lava pool, so I decided to head to the Nether. I lit up the portal and got in. But then I remembered I didn't have any gold armor on, so I got some quartz for a tripwire duper, then headed out. On my way back to the village, I found another village, which was perfect because all of the villagers had already died in the old village. I started chopping down trees for sticks to trade. My game plan here was to trade with villagers to get maxed enchanted diamond armor. Having maxed armor would give me a chance to react before I got instantly killed by mobs or anything actually. I then built another platform to kill spiders for string, an item I desperately needed for the tripwire duper. My plan to get the string was to wait till night and start sniping these spiders with a bow. After killing enough spiders, I collected the string, then I headed out to start building the duper. Without this duper, I'd have to grind thousands of items manually, which would increase the chance of losing this run. I couldn't let that happen, so judge me all you want, I don't care. This design is totally my design that I didn't need a YouTube tutorial for, which I definitely didn't put the link for in the description. Now that the duper is done, I collected the tripwires and started trading. This is a very long and tedious process, but it's gonna be worth it once we acquire the full set of diamond armor. Now that I had enough emeralds, I bought every piece of the armor. I bought some diamond tools, then I mined some obsidian and went on a scavenger hunt for sugarcane, which I planted near the river. This scuffed sugarcane farm would produce enough paper. Adding 45 pieces of leather to the mix would make me 15 bookshelves. Not even close, baby. Now it's time to enchant. In this part, I'm only showing a small portion of the enchanting process, but I kept rolling enchants until I got maxed out tools. After I was finally happy with my gear, I headed for the Nether. I've never gotten this far to beating the game in this challenge, so I didn't know what or where I should go, but I knew I needed blaze rods, one of the 2 items necessary to beat the game. After getting in, I mined the portal in case I had to leave the Nether early. Then I ventured out until I found a fortress. It was a nightmare fighting the blazes without fire resistance. But nevertheless, I got all the blaze rods I could ever need. While exploring, I stumbled upon a single piece of ancient debris. I said to myself when I had the dumbest idea I'd had the entire challenge yet. I wanted to get a full set, netherite armor and tools. But how? I thought to myself, if only I had 9.5 stacks of TNT laying somewhere. Oh, would you look at that? 9.5 stacks of TNT just spawned in my inventory somehow. Seriously though, it didn't just spawn in my inventory. I built a creeper farm, which I thought I was recording myself building, but in fact I wasn't. After detonating all the TNT I had, I managed to find enough ancient debris to make a full block of netherite. I crafted some netherite smithing templates and upgraded my diamond tools to netherite. With the gold I had acquired from this ancient debris hunt, I made as many golden apples as I could to survive the infight. Then I started brewing some speed potions that would help me bridge away from the main end island a lot faster. Yes, my plan to fight the dragon was to escape to the outer end islands, get as many elytras as possible, then get back to the main island. Put all the crystals down while flying so the dragon couldn't catch me with his stinky breath. Then hide in an underground bunker directly under the fountain. Shoot the dragon while it's perching because arrows bounce off of it while it's perched. And that's how I'd kill the ender dragon. It sounds ridiculous, which means it might just work. Just when I thought I was finally ready, I remembered that I needed slow-falling potions and firework rockets, which are essential for this plan. So after marking the stronghold chunk, gathered some gunpowder. While I was making the firework rockets, phantoms attacked me, which was convenient because I needed their membranes to make slow-falling potions in case I fell while bridging to the outer islands. There was only one item I needed, which was an enchanted book, one that could not be obtained anywhere other than an ancient city. I'm talking about the Swift Sneak enchanted book. So I found an ancient city and started to carefully loot the chests. I found a Swift Sneak 2 book, then got out. Now I'm finally ready to fight the Ender Dragon. I powered up, put in the portal, and immediately started bridging towards the outer islands. Thanks to Swift Sneak and Speed 2, I was able to bridge incredibly fast. Now that I was way too far from the Ender Dragon, I was a lot safer, definitely not safe. One look at an Enderman by mistake and it would end the run. This is it. There is no margin for error. Originally, this was supposed to be a 100 days challenge, but I just didn't have the computer capacity nor the time to record all the challenge. But nevertheless, I'm quite happy with what I accomplished. I found my first end city, which had a ship, and I got my first elytra in this world. Getting the elytra wasn't as hard as I anticipated. But after I flew with it, I realized the elytra was losing durability extremely fast, considering the distance traveled. At this point, I knew the hardest part wasn't getting the elytra, it was making sure I didn't waste it. So I had to get more elytras because I didn't bring any mending or unbreaking 3 books. But don't worry, this wouldn't be too hard compared to the end fight. I got all the elytras I could need and got back to the main island and started to bow spam the crystals until I broke them all, which wasn't too hard. I then got down and started warming under the dragon. I reached the fountain and I implemented the plan. If this plan worked, I'd finally be free. Since this part is a bit straightforward, and since you've made it this far into the video, let me introduce you to the subscribe button. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the only way you can support my work. It's free, literally costs you nothing, and I genuinely appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. This is it. It all comes down to this moment. Freeing the end. After so many deaths, almost 1,000 days in this world, I am finally free, and I can finally move on and do other things with my life. This challenge completely changed the way I look at Minecraft, and I never want to see another berry bush again. 46 attempts later, I'd say it was worth it.